Hi Aries, welcome to your month ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website addressed below. If you would like to donate to the channel for this video, you can do so on the web link below. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share and hit that subby button. If you are already a continued subby, thank you so much for all of your continued support. I truly love you and I'm so grateful for it. So before we start, I would like to bless all of my cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look at your month of November 2018. So actions and interactions with the world at large. Let's see what you get. All right. So Aries, you get the King of Wands. This is brilliant because it effectively puts you at the center of your reading. Why do I say that? Because the King of Wands as a person, fire sign male, so you could be talking about an Aries, a Sagittarius or a Leo. When you're talking about this person as a person, fun, vibrant, feisty, hardworking, somebody that is, you know, essentially can be a bit of a big kid. They love their sense of humor. You know, they live to be emotive. They're passionate and vibrant and, you know, like I said, feisty as well. So I'm going to say that this represents you, whether you're male or female is irrelevant. Really, let's take that out of it. You know, and what is the King of Wands? He is the peak of passion, the peak of sensuality, sexuality, somebody that is, you know, that's able to put themselves out there to be at the forefront. So your actions and your interactions this month, in the month of November, are basically saying that you're going to start putting yourself or start asserting yourself more. You're going to start stepping out in order to be seen. And you're going to start to effectively decide, you know, as an Aries, you want to be at the forefront anyway. But this month, it's almost like you're saying, you know what, I should be at the forefront. And here is the reason why. You're about to take the steps to say to people, this is why I'm passionate. And more importantly, this is what I'm passionate about. Your actions and your interactions as well. You're going to be taking on more responsibility. You're going to be taking on, and the interesting thing for me is what I'm actually hearing in my mind is you're taking more responsibility for your own actions. You're taking more responsibility. So for some of you, I kind of feel this is you mulling over the past and saying to yourself, okay, you know what? I understand what my part in, you know, anything that may have fallen apart in the past. This is you really taking responsibility for what your part in it was and saying, okay, you know what? Yeah, I probably could have done that better. And it's like almost like the beauty of this as well is I feel like you're taking that and you're saying, right, okay, I could have done that better. I can't go back and change that, but what I can do is make sure that going forward I do better and I honour the situation or person or thing that I had before. This is a really powerful space to be in because it means that you're going to effectively, in one way, you know, we say you can't change the past, but you'll be rewriting your own history. And that is truly exciting. So your money and your materials this month, you get the Strength card. Lots of fire energy. Aries, this is going to be a good, dynamic, vibrant month for you. The Strength card is, you know, it rules the sign of Leo. So a Leo male or somebody with that energy of a Leo male is going to feature heavily for you this month. And you know, because we've got the King of Wands there and we've got the Strength card there as well. So you put them together, you've got a Leo male. So yes, there's going to be something that happens with that under the Venus retrograde as well. Who knows what it's going to be or how it will exactly shape up. But the Strength card in your money and your materials is basically saying you are putting together some idea. You know, especially with the King of Wands there, you are putting together an idea, a daring idea, something that is going to require you to dig deep in your, you know, in your own personage, in your own actions, in your own courage, in your own spine, but also in your pocket. It's kind of like you're gearing up to make some kind of a risky move. If it's not a risky move, then it's an actual move, you know, because the money and material sector can also represent your physical body, but it could also represent your home and the things that you own. And the way that I feel this, it's almost like some of you are thinking, right, okay, I know I've got to do this. I know I want to do this. I'm passionate about it. I'm emotional about it. I'm emotive about it. And I want to put my heart and my soul and my courage into this. One of the things about Aries You know, everyone says, oh, you know, they're self-centered and they're hot-headed and blah, 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 and they always want to be first. What they forget to mention is actually Aries is one of the bravest signs of the zodiac. You know, you guys really are very brave, and when you decide to do something, when you decide to go for something, you really do go for it and you really do commit to it, and that's beautiful. The Strength card says that money's going to be good this month, but you are definitely gearing up to make some kind of change, to make some kind of, there's like a move. You know, and when I say a move, for some of you it's like a physical move, but for others of you it's like almost like maybe a business idea, or an idea that you've had for a long time, and it's like, I've wanted to do this for a while, you know, and I've been thinking about it, and I've had the spirit within me to, you know, moving me to do it, but I haven't actually done it. And this month you get brave enough to say, right, okay, you know what, bam, I'm going to do it, I'm going to make that move. Because the Strength card says that not only will it be well met by other people, but it also says that your bravery will be rewarded this month. You get the Page of Swords in your communication sector, which is actually quite awesome, because the pages always represent new things. They represent things that haven't quite happened yet. What I will say to you is, you need to cut your losses. So this idea that you've got, or this thing that you're going to pitch to people, you might not get from everybody the response that you're looking for. You will get the response that you're looking for, but not necessarily from everybody that you present this idea to. Maybe even the person, you know, that you walk down memory lane with, you might not get the response from them that you expected or that you'd hoped for, but the communication is important nevertheless. The Page of Swords basically says that, you know, we all know Aries has a strong mind. You know, you rule the mind, you rule the head. And this, you know, the Page of Swords is basically your message needs to be formulated, not just in words and terminology that the other people are going to understand, but you need to convey what is truly what is truly in the middle of this. So for those of you that are thinking about getting in touch with an ex, this is not the month for you to play it coy and just turn up and be like, yeah, you know, I'm going to be a bit aloof just to, you know, draw out how you really feel about me. That's not going to work for you this month. The Strength card there in the middle of all of these cards leading up to the Page of Swords says that this month, if you are going to approach an ex, you need to be honest, you need to be open, and you need to speak your feelings. You need to speak about really how you feel, because if you try to bring any of this front and bravado, that's opportunity done. It will be over before you even finish your last sentence, because they'll be like, well, that doesn't work for me. If you approach this, you know, for those of you that are going through this situation, if you approach this with honesty, openness, and say, look, you know what, I'm going to bare my heart to you, the chances are you'll get way more out of it. You will, and they will. For those of you that this is an idea or something that centers around your money, this idea or this, you know, thing that you want to create or that you want to do, again, being honest about why you really want to do this and what you really feel like you're going to get out of it will help you demonstrate to people what they're going to get out of it. This is a month where everything needs to be mutually receptive. This is a month for you, Aries. You know, you're going for it. You know, you're all about yourself. What am I passionate about, and all the rest of it. But this idea, these things that you want to do or want to create, they're going to rely heavily on other people. And therefore they're going to require honesty from you. This is the month where people want to see what your heart is really about. They want to see who you are at that level. The bravado, the you know, posturing and all of that, whether you're male or female, nobody's going to buy into that this month. Everybody wants more. Venus is in Scorpio. So they're really looking to the depth of what they want, what they need from people's feelings. In terms of communications, the Page of Swords, think about what you say, and more importantly, speak what your emotions are. It might not be something that you're used to. It might not be something that you seek to do a lot of as an Aries, but it's going to be important nonetheless. People will require that from you this month. So your heart and half with your emotions and your closest relationships. Knight of Pentacles, isn't that interesting? Because I said that I felt like this was kind of like a, you know, a trip down memory lane with a partner. For those of you that are single, or for those of you that are in partnerships and you still kind of it feels to me like this month you will be treading down memory lane. And when I say treading down memory lane, I don't mean, you know, in your mind. You will physically be treading old ground, because the Knight of Pentacles always represents a mode of transport. It's, you know, a car, a 4x4, it's a short trip or a short journey, one of a very practical nature. Now, the interesting thing for me here, what really kind of stands out for me is, you know, in terms of your personal relationship. So if you're single, there's definitely some kind of past relationship that feels like it wants to come back or come through. For those of you that are partnered, this is very much communication between you and a partner is only going to happen outside of what you're used to. You will need to have your communication, which at moments will get tense, and it will be because neither one of you wants to back down. And the other part of this is, if you want to have the kind of communication that is going to benefit your relationship, that's going to enhance it and help it grow and continue, you're going to have to take yourselves out of what you're used to. I don't care if you've got kids, I don't care whether you don't have kids. You know, even if you haven't got necessarily a lot of money, it's not about what you spend, it's about where you are when you go into the communication. So if you've got kids, ask somebody to look after them for a few hours, take the other half to a park and talk. You know, here in the UK it's really wet at the moment, so maybe go to a coffee shop, maybe go for a meal one night. You need to be out of what is considered your comfort zone, in the bubble that you know, in order for you to get the most out of each other, in order for you to have true deep connection and communication. For those of you that are partnered, for, like I said, for those of you that are single, this is you taking the journey. It's not going to be enough for you to send a text message or a WhatsApp or a whatever. People are going to require more than that this month. So if you are hoping to go down memory lane, they want more than that from you this month. Interesting, really, really interesting. It really does look like you're about to start something though. And it's something that you've put a lot of work and effort into already. And you're even investing money into this thing. So it's kind of like there's a lot riding on it. If that's the case, let people know. If you're honest and upfront with them, I think you'll get more from it and people will want to support you more. So your first week of November, you get the Judgment card. There's definitely a blast from the past taking place here, Aries. There is definitely something or someone coming back into your life. And some situation that you thought was over, some situation that you thought was done. In terms of familial ties, it looks to me like you're communicating with the older people in your life this week. The first week of November, you know, I kind of feel like the connections that are going to matter, the connections that you're going to be seeking out, are people that are older, people that maybe even people that have passed. Kind of feel, the feeling that I get is some of you are looking into genealogy, some of you are checking out the family tree. It's like the sense that I get is like I need to be more connected to my past. I need to be more connected to who I am. For some of you, I almost get the feeling as well, it's like you're making this really brave move, and this really brave move, it's almost like you're moving back to a place that you used to live in. You know, so some of you are literally going down memory lane, which is amazing. So second week of November, Strength card right underneath the Strength card. Money looks good this month. The second week of November, money looks really good this month. And it's almost like the feeling that I get from this double Strength card. Bearing your heart, showing what you feel, speaking on what you feel is what's going to seal the deal for you. Speak what you feel in order to seal the deal. That's what I'm hearing, and it's ringing over and over in my mind. The second week of November is a really powerful week for you, and providing you're honest and open about your feelings, you will have some really amazing results with everything that you put forward. Third week of November, the Chariot. This is a success and a victory. This is something that happens that makes your heart sing. Right underneath the Page of Swords as well. You can and you will be able to get your best message across. But what is important is that you stay true to that. And the reason I'm saying that is because it's about, so the Page of Swords sees you communicating, but it asks you to communicate the truth. The Chariot card is the victory and the success. This is people hearing you in the way that you want to be heard. You need to make sure that your morals and your integrity are intact, because if they're not, you will be found out and it will bite you in the bum. But yes, the 3rd week of November is a brilliant week. And then finally, the 4th week of November, you get the Death card. This is transformation, transition, something coming to a close. This is you letting go of something. You know, it falls right underneath the Knight of Pentacles. It may well be that this trip down memory lane doesn't end up being what you thought it did. But in true tarot form, you may be able to resurrect a friendship. You may be able to resurrect some semblance of a relationship. It might not be the relationship that you want. It might not even be the relationship that you think you need. But there will be something that comes from it, and you'll be able to share. Yeah, you'll be able to share. Let me just leave it at that, actually. So interesting, because the 4th week there looks like it's kind of sharing the, you know, it's kind of bringing you a transformation, a transition of some sort, and a powerful one at that. Right, and then finally your key to the month, Temperance, patience. Have patience. This is the month for you to be still. This is the month for you to really ask yourself what you need, what you are able to offer, what you are able to deliver, by being honest and open, and really listening to what your soul is telling you it wants. You know, when you get the Temperance card, it's about inner and spiritual alchemy, absolutely. But the process of spiritual alchemy is all trial and error. And some of the best ways that we go through trial and error is to be honest about what the results are. To be honest about, you know, what is offered here. What can I give honestly, and what do I expect in return honestly. When you can blend, you know, all of that honesty and that patience and that time, you come into a spiritual space. And when you come into a spiritual space, you're able to understand everything else in life so much more. Aries, I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance itself. Have an amazing month. Let me know how this plays out for you, and I wish you all the best. Take care.